In this video, I want to talk about how Michael Burry is likely going to trigger another sneeze on GameStop, telling his audience he has something big planned for GME in December. So stay tuned and let's make some money. So let's dive straight in with the key information. So, a few days ago, on the 27th of November, Michael Burry posted multiple letters and emails back from 2019, 2020 and 2021. So firstly, we can see here the original letter that Michael Burry sent to the GameStop board, not in 2020, not at the start of 2021, but of August 2019. Now guys, before I tell you more about how Michael Burry is planning something big for GameStop in December, I wanted to ask you a very important question about Hub Cybersecurity. Hub Cybersecurity, ticker symbol HUBC, trading on the NASDAQ, is the sponsor of today's video. It's implementing a 5 times faster AI-powered banking platform, and it's definitely one to keep on your radar for a quick one tomorrow. Hub Cybersecurity aims to be the go-to platform for small and medium-sized banks, designed for rapid deployment, scalability, and efficiency. They aim to help banks with their core banking features and compliance, with the intention of reducing costs and getting things right first time, helping to improve security and to properly automate the bank's risk assessments and their compliance procedures. I myself can think of a number of banks that should be using Hub Cybersecurity to properly report their data, and I'm sure you all can as well. So guys, do you think Hub could be the future of banking technology? Be sure to let me know what you think down in the comments below. And be sure to research Hub Cybersecurity today, trading on the NASDAQ under the ticker symbol HUBC. So this is super interesting that Michael Burry is posting 6-year-old letters. It's not like it's the 5th year anniversary. It's not like it's an anniversary of January 2021. In fact, this is a letter from August 2019 posted at the end of November. This is, of course, the original Scion asset management letter that was sent to the GameStop board, stating how Scion owned 2.75 million shares, about 3% of GameStop, and how they were acquiring a share buyback for GameStop and the retiring or retirees of some of the GameStop board. Now again, another super interesting screenshot from Michael Burry, an email directly from Keith Gill, Roaring Kitty, again in August of 2019. This isn't an anniversary of January 2021, it's not a 5-year anniversary, it's a 6-year-old email, or 6 years and a few months old email posted randomly at the end of November. In this email, Keith Gill tells Michael Burry and thanks him for writing a letter to the GameStop board, telling Michael that he's a CFA charter holder with roughly 10 years of experience as an independent investor, and how he's buying shares and leaps on GameStop because the chart shows great value. But again, he doesn't stop there. Michael Burry posts another few emails from 2019 and 2020, emails back from Ryan Cohen, and more emails to Ryan Cohen and Scion Asset Management, stating that things were complicated with GameStop, but that he was never done with GameStop in Q4 of 2019. Now, not only that, Michael Burry didn't stop there. He posted to his paid Substack community saying that he's planning a full GameStop story post sometime in December. And he said now he has a good idea for what GameStop should now do. Again, super interesting. Michael Burry sees the chart clearly for GameStop. He knows where GameStop is heading, and he has something big to reveal in December. Perhaps hinting at what might happen, somebody replied to his paid Substack post saying that it's time to open a GameStop position, and none other than Michael Burry liked that comment directly. I've got a feeling here, of course it's just speculation, I don't know Michael Burry personally, but I've got a feeling he's going to make another post, send another letter to GameStop requiring another share buyback. Remember, GameStop is sitting on over $1 billion in cash, and obviously GameStop's market cap is currently less than their cash balance, meaning that GameStop could do a massive share buyback right now. Of course, Ryan Cohen has said he plans to invest this GameStop cash into some investments, but hasn't specifically disclosed what he's going to invest in. But it wouldn't surprise me if Michael Burry gives him a push to do this share buyback. If it actually happens, it could definitely cause another massive sneeze. Imagine just like Volkswagen back in 2008, all of a sudden a huge portion of the float is bought up. Not by Porsche or Volkswagen in this instance, but none other than GameStop buying back their own shares. They could buy back something like 90-95% of their shares, 90-95% of the float, leaving shorts in big trouble. With Michael Burry drumming up massive GameStop interest, massive amounts of views on the GameStop stock, at a time when the stock is near lows over the last few years, it could definitely prompt another return of Roaring Kitty, Keith Gill, especially if GameStop does this share buyback. And of course, if Michael Burry's in, if Roaring Kitty's in, then I'm in as well. Of course, as I've said tons of times over the years, do your due diligence. Don't invest more than you can afford to lose, especially because we know how manipulated the markets are and how much these short sellers can get away with. Hint, they can get away with absolutely anything. But if this GME full story post and his massive December announcement is a case of him sending another letter to the GameStop board, and if Roaring Kitty comes back, there could be some massive moves. As Morgan Hatton tweeted, he said Michael Burry didn't just post an update, he fired a flare into the sky for anyone paying attention. He said, of course, read that again, because Michael Burry is planning a GameStop full story post in December, and Michael Burry has an idea for what GameStop should do now. As Morgan Hatton says, this is the same man who wrote the 2019 open letter that helped set off the entire modern GameStop revolution. And now he's coming back with a new blueprint for what the company should do next. And this time Michael Burry isn't managing outside capital, he's not talking to the limited partners, he isn't tiptoeing around institutions, regulations, 13F, 13G filings, and what an investment advisor or an investment advisor can and cannot say. He's now allowed to speak freely, backed by his own money and his own conviction. Seeing it makes him more dangerous, more honest, and more unfiltered than ever. Maybe the institutions already know what's about to happen, because look at this absolute explosion in AMC institutional shareholding. Through 2021 and 2022, institutions were adding AMC left, right and centre. We then had the adjustment here for the ape dividend and the reverse split. There was no institutional selling here, it's just the adjustment. And through 2024 and 2025, institutions have been adding. And look at this massive change in Q3 of this year. Institutions have taken their shares of AMC from around 200 million shares to around 300 million. So institutions just added 50% more AMC shares in one single quarter. And finally, something that keeps me making these videos time and time again is this post from the Las Vegas ape. He said he's lost money trading many stocks over the years, but he's never wasted his time incessantly bashing those stocks and their CEOs. He said instead he moves on with his life like an adult, yet there's endless paid accounts that do nothing but bash GameStop and AMC non-stop. And he says he knows why. Peter Han added, saying it's surreal. He remembers getting taken for a ride in an EV car stock, but he took the hit, he took the loss, and he moved on as he wasn't confident in the company. Fact is, a few years later, he can't even remember the name of the old EV stock he was invested in. Peter Han doesn't go back to message boards, to YouTube videos, to Twitter, to Reddit, to bash that company day in, day out. In fact, he just moves on to the next investment. But of course, we see those paid accounts time and time again on not just my videos, but everywhere, bashing AMC and GameStop every single day. The only reason people will be bashing AMC and GameStop every day after years is if they're being paid to do that bashing. And guys, just a quick one, be sure to let me know what you think about Hub Cybersecurities down in the comments below. But guys, be sure to let me know what you think down in the comments below. And as always, guys, be sure to ding that notification bell because that way you'll be alerted when I upload a new video. Cheers.